Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you well. One of the discussions on Sunday was social distancing. And here in Israel, they've kind of relaxed on the rules and have opened up stores. They've opened up shops and street shops, not mall shops, but street shops that we can go and shop for clothing, shoes, not necessarily the essentials. And one of the divas said, I don't know if I'm ready to go out there yet. And my answer to her then, and will be today as well, is that you have to make the right decision for yourself. Yesterday's blog was about timeline. When I grew up, there was a certain timeline. You're supposed to go to high school, finish high school. Here in Israel, you're supposed to go to the army, which I did. Then I went to college and found a job, which was on the timeline. Your timeline then continues with getting married and having babies, which I did. And then the timeline ends. There's nothing beyond that until you have grandchildren and need to take care of them on the timeline. So the question is the timeline correct? Had I hadn't followed that certain specific timeline that was expected of me back in, I guess, the 90s, the beginning of the 90s, would I have been in a different place? But I just kind of followed the timeline that everybody was following, and it just seemed to make sense. But today it doesn't really necessarily have to be that way. I don't know if I would give my daughter the same timeline. And you have to think about it. What is the right timeline? And when it comes to this corona, just because the timeline says you need to go out and purchase pants and shoes, you have to make that decision for yourself. You have to figure out, is this the right timeline for me? If you don't feel safe going out, if you don't think that you can stay healthy going out, then don't go out. It's simple. And you don't need to give an explanation. You don't need to I don't think you need to answer to anyone regarding this. This is a decision you need to make for yourself. What's right for you? Whether it's to stay home or to go out, whether it's to just go out for the essentials, shopping for food and medication, or also shoes and clothing, the government has allowed it. So from whatever one side to the other side, where you're staying home and not doing anything, to shopping galore, anywhere in between, as long as you are following the law, works. You have to feel what's right for you. What is your correct timeline? And if your timeline says, I need to stay home for another 2 weeks, who am I to tell you? Or who is the people in the government, who are they to tell you differently? So make your decision for yourself. Decide what's good for you. Because at the end, you need to live with the timeline that you've accepted, because you've accepted this timeline. And it's up to you to live with yourself. And if you're not happy with this timeline, then it's going to feel crummy at the end. So make sure you choose what's good for you, what's right for you. And you can't compare yourself to anybody else, because no one's going through the same experiences. No one has the same, background medical issues that you have, with the same lifestyle, with the same partner that you're living with, whatever it is. So you have to make that choice for yourself and stay safe and healthy. And whatever you decide to do, I'm right there with you. So stay healthy, stay safe. Do what's right for you, and I'll see you soon.